Hello my dear friends and welcome back to another video. So we just got another teaser trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, and this one is called The Return. It looks absolutely epic, and as with all of the previous ones I've done, I'm going to break everything down. Now the best thing is, this one has plenty of new footage, and I must say, a lot of surprises. So I'm going to skip over the parts we've already discussed in previous teasers and only focus on new footage. So without much further ado and without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. One of the opening shots of the trailer is Boba Fett, still in Tusken attire, lurking by Jabba's palace, which at this point, which we assume is before the Mandalorian Season 2, was being ruled by Bib Fortuna, and Boba is clearly looking at the hangar where the Slave One is parked. We know this based on a shot in a previous teaser, and both of these prove that we are getting flashback sequences to just before the Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 9. And as always, Jabba's palace and the landscape of the Dune Sea are looking gorgeous as ever. Next up, we have an extended version of a scene that we saw in a previous teaser of Boba Fett in a Bacta tank. Now, if you watched the video I made the other day, I hypothesized that he has had a Twi'lek healing bath, one of the ones that Greef Karga mentioned in the Mandalorian Season 1. This might also help to explain who Jennifer Beals is going to be playing, and maybe she's the owner of one of these spas who is also well connected in the underworld of the galaxy. And then we see Boba putting his armor on with the help of two droids, which, as someone pointed out, were designed utilizing some of the early concept art for pit droids in The Phantom Menace, but they are different. We do actually see a pit droid later in this trailer, so I will come back to this thought. Up next, we have this majestic, incredible ship flying over the unnamed Tatooine town that had a lot of us speculating last time. Now, from this different angle of the town, I'm thinking it's either a redeveloped area of Mos Espa, maybe even where the Bunta Eve pod race took place, or perhaps it's a location on Tatooine that we've not yet seen in live action, Anchorhead, or somewhere else. Now, something I love about the music in this trailer is the use of the seismic charge for transitions. An excellent touch. In the next frame, we get a clearer view of who is chasing Boba in the original trailer on speeders, and it appears to be a sizable gang of Niktos, and it got me wondering if they have anything to do with the ones on Arvala 7, where Grogu was being kept before Mando infiltrated their camp. And speaking of these Niktos, in the next shot they're beating up some Tatooine locals, and while the humans look like they're wearing Jedi robes, they're actually not. These are the robes of your average Tatooine citizens, similar to what Uncle Owen wore. Next up, we have an awesome callback to the original trilogy with a burned Boba in his jumpsuit, and they've stayed authentic to the original classic jumpsuit that Boba wore under his armor. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we have a pit droid who collapses himself to prevent damage from a speeder chase. And as our good friend Star Wars Santa pointed out, the speeder looks like one of those from Solo: A Star Wars Story. But I will say this one is considerably different to the M68 used on Corellia. We also get a shot of a Twi'lek male showing reverence to Boba and Fennec, probably out of fear, but the context is yet to be seen. And of course, the biggest moment at the end of the trailer, the Rancor cage. Boba and Fennec sitting on the throne and moving it forward, just like Jabba the Hutt used to do to watch Patissa eat a poor victim. But with Patissa dead after Luke Skywalker dealt with him, I suspect that Boba's new pet is Muchi, the young Rancor that we saw in the Bad Batch Season 1, who at this stage in the timeline would be all grown up. We know from Star Wars Newsnet that concept art for the Book of Boba included Boba Fett on top of a Rancor, and this trailer seems to confirm that leak. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited to see all of these concepts that were set up in Return of the Jedi brought to life using 2021 technology. It's going to be something absolutely epic, and not only advance the story of The Mandalorian overall, but also provide some callbacks to Episode 6. I'm so excited, and I really love that they've not spoiled anything, but at the same time they're keeping us tantalized, wanting much more. The show is now exactly 3 weeks away, which is why I think Star Wars dropped this when they did. I doubt we'll get any more after this, but I could be wrong. They might drop one every single Wednesday up until the 29th. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was surprised to see some new footage, but as always, it was a welcome one. So lots of awesome things in this trailer, and I think that Boba Fett is going to stay on Tatooine for pretty much the whole series, unless of course they're only showing us footage of the first few episodes, and Boba and Fennec's adventure is going to take us beyond the realm of this desert planet. So that's pretty much the breakdown, my dear friends. I will also urge you to go check out the video I posted earlier where we talk about a brand new tease by Temuera Morrison where he describes a few colourful surprises in the Book of Boba Fett. He also addresses Din Djarin, and Ming-Na Wen gave a tease for how strong the bond between Fennec and Boba is going to be. They're partners in crime, and apparently there's no room for collaboration. So go and check that out if you've not done so already. And I must say what's really impressive about these TV spots and trailers is that they're hinting at the fact that Boba got up to more than we think after escaping the Sarlacc. He may not have gone after his armor right away, and may have had dealings with a few people. We've had theories that he teamed up with the Tusken Raiders, and even though it's clear they're going to appear in this series, I think there's much more to the story. We don't even know what Boba Fett and Fennec Shan's aim is. We've heard about the idea of cooperation with other groups, but as always with these talented creators, Robert Rodriguez, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, it could just be a red herring. Boba Fett is much more than he lets on, and it also brings up the question, how much of Legends are they going to use? Temuera Morrison hinted in Empire magazine that Dave Filoni had to tutor him in what Boba got up to in the comics, and these could also mean expanded universe. Are we going to see Dengar have a prominent role after Boba Fett escapes the Sarlacc? Could we be introduced to someone like Jodo Kast in this series? There is so many possibilities. And bringing Fennec Shand into the picture as his right-hand person also brings up the question of who she knew in the past, who was her mentor, and how could some elements of her past come into play in the Book of Boba Fett. So many questions, I really hope we get answers. So as I say, my dear friends, 21 days. I'm not afraid to say it, I'm more excited for this show than I am Christmas. That never happens. But this year, we have a good reason to say so. So go check out my video from earlier, but otherwise, my dear friends, this is where we part ways for now. I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed this one, you know what to do. Give me a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and a massive welcome if you are. And also, if you're feeling generous, why not consider becoming a patron? The link is down there in the description. But otherwise, may the force be with you all. I'm Star Wars Meg, and I'll see you next time.